Thanks for coming back to another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. I have Kim to my left, Mac is to my right. My name's TJ, and just a quick shout out to all our subscribers, the old and new. Thanks for your support. We need all the help you guys can give us.
Give us some comments, please.
Please like and share. So, the other week, the debate commission pulled a fast one. And it basically surprised both the Democrats and the Republicans, though it seems to irritate President Trump a whole lot more than it does the Democrats. No surprise there. But on Thursday morning at about 7:30 a.m., out of nowhere, the debate commission basically kind of puts out that the second presidential debate, the format, was going to be virtual. And it was all because of safety, health concerns over how President Trump had recently been diagnosed with COVID-19. President Trump was in classic form in his response, and Joe Biden didn't dispute us also, or didn't disappoint us also, I should say. Sorry for the slip of the tongue. So we're going to play a couple clips here real quick of President Trump and Joe Biden, and then we'll share our thoughts with you.
I heard that the commission a little while ago changed the debate style, and that's not acceptable to us. I beat him easily in the first debate, according to the polls that I've seen, but I beat him easily. I felt I beat him easily. I think he felt it too. He wouldn't answer any questions, and he had the protection of Chris Wallace all night long. I thought Chris Wallace was a disaster. But I beat him in the first debate. At the second debate, we have a never-Trumper as a host, but that's okay because I beat him in the second debate also. And but I'm not going to do a virtual debate.
So Mr. President, you're not going to do it because the CPD, the Commission on Presidential Debates, announcing this morning that the second presidential debate will be virtual. Are you saying you're not going to participate?
No, I'm not going to waste my time on a virtual debate. That's not what debating's all about. You sit behind a computer and do a debate. It's ridiculous. And then they cut you off whenever they want. I have a host who I always thought was a nice guy, but I see he's a never-Trumper. Came out that he's a never-Trumper. We do have some of them, Maria, believe it or not, because they don't like to win. But I'm not doing a virtual debate. They didn't even tell us about the debate, Maria.
So you just learned this morning?
Yeah, we learned it the same way you learned it. They called up 2 minutes ago, and it was announced. And they're trying to protect Biden.
I thought Kamala did a great job last night. She was really presidential. She kept it on focus. I was really proud of her. I'm looking forward to seeing her.
Would you go to the debate if the president was not participating in the debate?
The president, we don't know what the president's going to do. He changes his mind every second. So for me to comment on that now would be irresponsible. I think that if I'm going to follow the commission recommendations, if he goes off and he's going to have a rally, I don't know what I'll do. It depends on what we don't know enough to know right now. My inclination. I'll talk to you later about it. I don't know. I'm just hearing the same thing you're hearing as we're going.
Okay, so comments. What were your thoughts on the video?
I don't blame Trump for not doing a video. I mean, if he's doing it like on the computer, Joe Biden's going to be getting all his little notes from someone else. That's not going to be Joe Biden talking. That's going to be someone else talking.
He'll be talking out of the off the prompter and getting messages in his ear,
or slipping him cue cards, or something.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And no one will know the difference. No one will know.
Right. And he'll seem sharp.
Yeah, for a change.
Yeah.
What I noticed about Joe Biden, he isn't really good on the fly. Did you see how he did not know what to say? So much so, if you look at his hand gestures, he went like this, and then like this, and I said, he don't know what to say. He is in, shall we say, that speechless mode.
Right.
You know?
I think he's got dementia.
Well, it was just, I found interesting that in that moment, he really didn't know what to say next.
Well, if you look back on the debates with Paul Ryan, it's not the same guy. And I'll grant you that was, in 2012, 8 years ago, and he was 70 and now he's 78. But he's not the same guy.
Has he had a stroke?
I don't know.
Have you watched his mouth when he smiles?
No.
I don't know if in the past.
Well, he's creepy looking anyway, so it's hard
But
to
he's
tell.
got like a crooked smile, like maybe he's had a stroke or
That
something.
would not surprise me. I mean,
Well-
I don't know that, so I'm not going to say it. But
As I was watching one of my favorite shows, The 5 at 5, obviously Juan Williams was using the argument of how the debate commission contains both Democrats and Republicans, and Jesse Waters. And I got to tell you, Jesse's turning into quite the political slugger here. Jesse Waters knew that Juan Williams was going to do that.
sure.
And
he's
said
predictable.
And so Jesse Waters says, "Well, Juan, let's just look at who's on the debate commission." And he rattles down we already know the Democrats are going to be for Joe Biden, all right?
Right.
But so he rattles down the supposed Republicans and Olympia Snow, a never Trumper, and he just goes down the list. Lincoln Project, never Trumper, Bush guy here or something,
Yeah.
And Jesse Waters just commences to tear apart Juan
Well,
Williams.
basically what you got is a whole gaggle of swamp creatures.
Well, when you said that, as I was listening to the Hugh Hewitt radio show Friday morning, what he said was, he goes, and for whatever reason, Hugh Hewitt's throwing all in for Trump. I mean, and when I think back to 2016, I think begrudgingly Hugh Hewitt was for Trump, but now Hugh Hewitt's all Trump,
Hugh Hewitt, and I'm not going to let him escape from this, 2 days before the election, he was calling for Trump to step down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2 days.
Well, in any event, the Friday morning, debate commission came out Thursday morning, so 24 hours later, Hugh Hewitt on his radio show was saying this was a classic example of how you have the D.C. elite out of touch with the supposed flyover country.
Right.
How they could just, and even Hugh Hewitt said, who do these people think they are? How they can just arbitrarily say to President Trump and Biden, this is how you're going to debate, and think that they're not going to be a pushback or a dispute on how they arbitrarily come to their conclusions.
Yeah. I don't think we've had a debate since Reagan-Mondale. There are infomercials. You have the moderators injecting themselves other than asking questions. I forget the woman who was the moderator of the Bill Clinton, George H.W. Bush debate, where she stopped and corrected the president and said he was wrong, which he wasn't. But she said, "Oh, no, you're wrong. Governor Clinton is right." So when that started, these things have not been debates in any sense of the word.
Well, the same thing kind of happened with Romney and Obama.
Yeah.
And they think that just changed the whole tempo of the exchange, and even because Romney was starting to, inch up competitively, like make it a race.
Well, it was said he won the first debate.
And then it just tanked from there.
Well, he took the high road.
Yep. More high road. What surprised me, speaking of the high road, what surprised me was just this morning, I was at one of my websites, reading political news. Bob Dole has come out in defense of President Trump, and I'll tell you this: what a pleasant surprise! I mean, and Bob Dole is very old now. If you see a picture of him,
I think he's 97.
I mean,
Wow.
and he looks it too.
And he's sharper than Joe Biden.
Yeah, you know what?
He is.
I think he
Sorry.
is. Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
But even in what Bob Dole said, and you know what? Here we go. This is what Bob Dole had to say over what the debate commission did. The Commission on Presidential Debates is supposedly bipartisan with an equal number of R&Ds. I know all the Republicans, and most are friends of mine. I am concerned that none of them support Donald Trump. And that's what Bob Dole said just I'll tell you, in the last 24, 48 hours, that's what Bob Dole
Well,
said.
I want to know how these people got to be the only authority on how these debates could go.
Well, and that's what Hugh Hewitt said too.
Well, my
Friday.
question is why isn't X number of people from each campaign contribute and they come to some kind of compromise as to what the debate is going to be, rather than this clearly partisan group of people?
Yeah. So the bottom line is no one really knows what's going to... Right now, it doesn't look like anything's going to happen to the second debate. And, and it even puts the third debate into question as to format or whatever.
Well, you got most of the country's already, or not most of the country, but many people have already voted before the debates even happened. Mm-hmm. So they're really a joke and a waste of everyone's time. It's just fodder or grist for the mill for the news media to continue some Trump bashing and saying, oh, we did a fact check and every word he spoke was a lie.
So there is the suspicion, possibility that Biden may do some kind of town hall with the Clintonite George Stephanopoulos. Trump might do a rally. And you know what I would like to see is, okay, fine. Biden, you do your thing at this hour, and Trump does his thing at the exact same hour, and let's see who gets the better ratings. Let's see who gets the better response.
And he can do it with Tucker Carlson. Or here's how a real debate would work. A real fair thing would be for Tucker Carlson to do the Biden one and George Stephanopoulos to do the Trump one.
Well, I was just getting ready to say Tucker would probably be harder on Trump than Stephanopoulos.
He would be. There's no doubt about that. Trump's going to get the high fastball under the chin no matter what. And you know what? He's a sitting president. He should get the tough questions.
So, and kind of here in closing, I was pleasantly surprised at what President Trump did Friday afternoon. You guys may have heard, may have been aware, how he was on the Rush Limbaugh show.
I didn't hear the show. I'm not a listener to Rush.
I was not able to listen to the whole thing, but it looks like, from what I could tell, because Rush's show was from 12p to 3p, noon to 3, okay? First 2 hours, solid Trump. And here's the kicker on that. The only break was the 1 p.m. news hour. Wow. In other words, at 12:06 or 12:07, whatever clock you're looking at.
The only thing Joe Biden could do for 2 consecutive hours is sleep.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it for 2 consecutive hours.
At 12:06, it kicked off with Rush and Trump, and it went solid until 1 p.m., no break. Right. I don't know. I couldn't listen the whole time, but I don't remember hearing a commercial at any point.
See, and I believe it was either Friday or Saturday. He was on the Mark Levine show.
That might have been Thursday night, but I'm just guessing. So from 12:06 to 1p, and then from 1:06 to 2p, that was solid Trump and Rush. And then I think from 2p, Rush had his normal format with callers and commentary on the first 2 hours. But even just the first 2 hours with only a 6-minute break. Think about that.
Yeah.
A 6-minute break. Because 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, you have the news hour and the show.
I think I'd be hard-pressed to do it.
So for 50 minutes, we'll say. 50 minutes, a 6-minute break. You know, 50 minutes, you had a 6-minute break, or 50 minutes and 50 minutes, whatever. But for 2 hours, a 6-minute break at best. I was amazed. I was impressed. You know what? I was working, so I had to listen and when I could. But in any event, I just found that whole format very interesting. And Trump, he's the master at getting around the media. He has his means, and I think that irritates the media that he can do it without them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So those are my thoughts. Who knows what'll happen for the third debate? I guess we'll find out in a couple weeks or so.
Maybe we'll talk about it.
And maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we'll say how shame on them. Who knows? Any final thoughts, guys?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, we've said our piece. Okay. That's it. As always, be safe, watch your 6, and don't tread on me.